Hello, how are you? I hope you're all good. Remember, we did a geometric series, right? Same applies with arithmetic series. What it means is if T1, T2, T3 up to infinity or to a Tn number, this is called sequence. But then when we add T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus these numbers in between plus Tn, this is series. That's what we want to get now. And when you add, these are like terms, are all numbers. So they become a value, a number, odd in odd, which can be represented as a sigma notation as well, whereby you say n the position you want to start at. I'm just repeating what I did with geometric series. If you are starting at T1, then n is going to be T1. If you are starting at T3, meaning you are omitting the first two, then end at end. That's where you end. So you are telling us at what end should we end, right? And then in here you write your Tn. In this case, since we are taking arithmetic series, our Tn, remember, is uniform a plus n into n minus 1 times d. It's Tn is equals to a plus into n minus 1 all times d. Remember, this d multiply everything in between the brackets. Yes, so without any further waste of time, we're just going to get into it. Let's say we have a sequence of 2 or 4, 6, 8 up to infinity, Tn, which we don't know. Then we can clearly see that when you say T2 minus T1, we're getting 2. In here, we're getting 2. As well, here, we're getting 2. Then this, because the common difference is it's all 2, then we can conclude that this is an arithmetic sequence. Then, when you're dealing with arithmetic sequence, there is a way that we can use, which is formulas for series Sn is equals to n over 2 into 2a plus into n minus 1 times d. This and this one are the same. They're not entirely the same, but they're used to find the sum of adding this together. For instance, let's look into it in this way. If there's a sigma notation for you to calculate where n is equals to 1 from where until 4, of which sequence? This sequence can be defined as remember, let's find the Tn for this. Tn into a is 2, this one, the first one, plus n minus 1, the difference is 2 as well, this 2, the difference here. Then we end up with 2 plus 2n minus 2. Like terms cancels out, then your Tn is 2n. Then in here we're just putting 2n, meaning 2n are referring to this sequence, right? Because if you put T1, it's going to be 2 times 1, then it's 2, 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3, 2 times 3 is 8, it's 6. The 4, 2 times 4 is 8. Then they told us now you must add. The sigma notation means you must add everything, meaning from T1 to T4, then it's T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4. That's all it means. Then it gets us to where we started negative, we started 1, we ended 4. That's all it means, right? Sharp. We started 1, we ended 4. And here's the sequence. Then we're just going to have 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, which give us how much? This is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. Right? Yes. So I just want to show you how you can get 20 using these two equations, this one and this one. Right? Yes. Let's just jump into it. If you have Sn, whereby you know how many terms are between 1 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Position 1 and position 4, they are 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Then it's just going to be 4 when it's n over 2 into 2. What's your A? A is T1. Here it is, it's 2 plus n. You're dealing with 4 terms minus 1. You have your D. Your D is 2. The difference between them. Then this simplifies to 2 into brackets. This is 4. This is in the brackets is 3. 3 times 2, then it becomes 6. Right? Then all in all, you have 2 into 10, which results in 20. You see, that's the importance of the formulas. And these two equations, they help you when maybe it's you start at n, you end up at 45. You see, if it's 45 on top, then you can't be adding t1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until 45. It's a lot of weight. You can't do it manually. This way we call it doing it manually. This way you're doing it manually, right? Then let's use this formula as well. This formula, there's nothing, there's not much of a change. All it means is the difference is the L. The L stands for the last term, right? Then if you're ending at T4, meaning the last term, if you're ending at 4, meaning the last term is going to be T4, right? Then A we know is T1. Then with this one, we're just going to say is n over 2. No, let's just substitute. We know what's n, there are 4 terms. Then we just count from 1, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there are 4 terms. Into the first one, it's 2, A, it's 2, plus the last one, it's how much? The last one we are using here, it's 8. Then this as well, 4 over 2 is 2, into bracket is 10, then this gives us 20. So you can see how it goes about doing it. I hope everything is clear and everybody understands. Let's just put an emphasis on the sigma notation. The sigma notation can be like n can start at 2, meaning we start here. We are not starting at T1, we are starting at T2, and then we are ending at, let's say we are ending at 4. Then you can see 2, 3, 4. Your n is gonna be only 3 terms in this case. And then of the same sequence, you can see 2n. Then from here you're gonna start at T2 because they told us here start at T2 plus T3 plus T4. Then in this case, you're just gonna have T2, we know how much is T2, it's 4 plus 6 plus 8. You're just gonna add this, that's all it means. And then it's gonna be 18. As well, you can use the formula. If you're using the formula, it can be, let's use this one, the second one. If you're using it as n, it's just gonna be, you have 3 units and then over 2. All into the first one is what? It's 4, because now your start A is going to be 4 because you are starting at T2, plus the last one at T4 is what? It's 8. Then it calls you to say 8 plus 4 plus 8, it becomes 12. 12 times 2 over 3, it becomes 18. So you see how things go about. And you can as well use this one to just check that if you're moving from N2 to N4, then of this sequence, it should be giving you 18. No, I haven't run out of space. I was about to say I've run out of space, but we can as well do it as n, whereby it's n, we know we have 3 terms over 2 into t. We are starting at 4, T2, 4, T2, because you n here, we are starting at 2, right? Into n, I said our n is 3 minus 1, and then the difference of the whole system is 2. Then we'll end up with 3 over 2 into brackets. Then this becomes 8. This in brackets becomes 2. 2 times 2, then it becomes 4. Then you see it still goes back to the you say this is 4 plus this is 4 plus 8, this is 8 plus 4, of which is the same, all multiplied by 3 over 2, then it becomes 80. So all formulas land us with the same answers. That's about it. That's about series. When we're talking series, we are adding numbers. Then on the same sequence, we can say Cn start sigma starting at 1, ending up at 45 of the same sequence 2n. 2n we know we calculated here, don't forget, right? Then now you know it's going to be t1 plus t2 plus t3 plus t4 plus t5 plus t6. Check, I haven't even reached 10. Then you're going to add everything in between until you reach t45, 44, until you reach t what 45. You see, it's a lot of work, ne? Then that's where the importance of this formula come into place. The first thing first you can do is just to get t45, of which is equals to your last number according to here, right? And your last number is going to be, are we getting it? Where you are going to the t n, where you see n, you put 45, then it's going to be 2 into 45. Here we're just substituting n, and then this becomes 90, right? And then your t1 is going to be 2 into 1 by just substituting 1 here on the tn formula for the sequence. It's going to be 2, right? Then t1, you know, it's your a. Then using that, not 9 but a is your a. Then using that equation as n is equals to n over 2 into n plus L, then this is going to be, we are having 45 units starting at 1 and counting until 45 is just 45. Then you have 45, not 42. Then you have 45 over 2 into what's your a? Your a is 2, we just calculated here, or your a, you can see where your sequence start, since because it said 1 plus your last number, it's 90, t9 t45, it's 90. Then this gives you what? This as well gives you 45 over 2 into 2 plus 90. That's your 2070 answer. Then you can as well use the other one where it's n over 2. So I'm just showing you how the difference between the two formulas and how you can apply them. In most cases, choose the shortest one so that it saves you time. Then n is 45, you know you have 45 times over 2 into t, your a, it's what? It's 2 plus n, then it's going to be 45 minus 1, d is 2. Then with that you end up with 45 over 2 into, this becomes 4, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 45 minus 1 becomes 44, 44 times 2 becomes 88. Then 88 plus 4 becomes 92, 92 times this clearly will give you 2070, unless my calculations are wrong. Then that's about it. You just keep on keeping at it. So same applies even here. If they can say use the sum of the sigma notation of this, but they slightly change here and say now your n start at 3, then what will change it? Your a, meaning your a will no longer be t1 but will be t3. Then your t3 becomes your t1 now. So this will no longer be required, this will no longer be required. We'll start at 3 and then we'll end at 45. Then that's about it. Thank you so much. Give me a like and keep at it. Thank you. for listening. I really value your time.